Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. It is time for Genshin version 3.3. I don't know anything about this update except for the stuff from the trailer, so I don't know where the story goes or anything like that. It is time to begin. I will do the story and then I'll probably do a little bit of TCG. Let's go ahead and warp, shall we? Let's go to Sumeru after I mark the story. Not that. Go to Quest. Go to the Sanctuary of Surasana. You got it. Teleport. Wait a minute, what was that? What's the title? I need to look at the title. That's Time flies when contemplating life, the universe, and everything. That's a good Douglas Adams reference. I swear to God, Mihoyo knows their references. They're really good at that. Mihoyo is very, very good at that stuff. Gotta love it. Oop, spawning right into a cutscene, I guess.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay! That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
He sounds kind of British, but I don't know. But he sounds somewhat British.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me. So all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Okay, but
What are we observing their conversation for?
Mentioned Tatarasuna? But that's all the way in Inazuma. Is it just Paimon or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here is just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything. Great! Let's go find out what this Tatarasuna...
Interesting.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oops, that's a glitch. That's a glitch, chat. I think oops, why is it saying her? It should be doing that for the female traveler. It should not be doing that for Ether. It should be doing that for Lumine.
Oh.
Whoops.
You're the traveler, you say?
I mean, you got a hot fix to do.
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No. Of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Sounds like a crappier British accent than like. I don't know, he's trying to sound like John Oliver, but he sucks at it.
Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kind of lacking. Traveler,
Another slight against the
I hear
players.
you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's...
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger. Someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Wait, so there are two missing people in this story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin
Kazuha.
art.
Kazuha's ancestor.
Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest...
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most...
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Scaramouche.
Puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something.
No. Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please.
Holy fuck, chat. What is this? This is long. On the proper vendors to procure the materials, we should try some of these new forging techniques. Uh-oh. What the fuck? He plunged into the shoreline, and only half an arm was left of him. What the fuck? And it landed against him. What the fuck is this? What is this story? This dude got killed in a storm, and everything was destroyed except for his half of his arm. What the fuck? Oh my god. Hmm.
Oh, and please read my.
No. Oh, oh my god, dude. Holy shit. This is so much. Yep. Hmm. Yeah, that's Scaramouche is talking about. That's fun. Kabuki Mono. Here we go.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye.
All right, thank you. If.
Alright, here we go. Why is it focusing on them? They have no more dialogue.
Hey, so that thing they were talking. Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
We probably shouldn't even do that, Paimon.
After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about. If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's the.
The fuck, Balladeer? Where the why? What? Why did you walk across my camera screen? Why are you there? What is going on?
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by over there. It looked like
There. What the fuck?
deer. No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Alright, let me go look at my audio settings, because something's messed up in my settings. Oh? Let's just follow the figure. Nice, I ran off the cliff.
Tch.
Ironic, going after Scaramouche with Kazuha. The bird falls to the curtain's call. Oh, hi, Nahida. What are you doing here?
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida, bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
He's right there.
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be lacked at? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
Alright, got a wisdom. Explain your damn wisdom, please.
It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me.
Why, Nahida?
A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
Well, she's fell for another Fatui Harbinger
What
trick.
did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about.
That's another typo. Yeah, Mihayo had a few
But if that's
missed
the
things.
case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Hey, me.
Not a good start. Could I ask what... Paimon's worried about you, Nahida.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Oh yeah, that's true. God damn it.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time.
F.
The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Former? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. And also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this? Yes.
Just no question. Just yeah, sure, 100%, absolutely.
I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Oh wait, I have an idea. She's gonna have him look into Irminsul to see why his sister's in it when he's not.
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twins' details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect.
Fascinating. That's interesting. I mean, I guess he was really using a shitload of power to try and kill me.
The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information and should be able to find it more quickly. Exactly! Or what if... I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you.
Oh?
If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Why is she just so nice to us? Like, the other ones are just kind of like, hey, thanks. Good luck.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
Balladeer. Sword.
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up.
Thank
on your
you,
own
cell phone
accord.
and TV remote.
Seems like we have a telepathic connection.
I mean, I'm not surprised you. Well, actually, I'm not surprised that Nihita, considering we did occupy your body for like 30 seconds to a minute or
In
so.
fact,
I'm not exactly sure how long that was in game.
Supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned.
Ah, shit.
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Oh boy. Time to go into the tree, chat.
Wow. It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Oh, this is the same music from last time too. Fuck. Oof. This is the last of where we saw Rukadavana. In other words, this game goes, oop. I can't jump or anything. All I can do is just walk.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru.
Fire. Tree. Ouch.
Unlike anywhere else,
Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential
You look
that you
sad.
remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine. Let's call it truth.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are going to be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
He's such a D-bag. It is hilarious.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
I mean, to be fair, he is. He's around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, but we've been going around for in-game what, like probably 2-3 years?
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this.
It reminds me of
Feels like a sacred
the place where we fought A's little clone. Where we fought the actual like Shogun versus A. Like it feels like the place where we fought Shogun. That's cool.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
He's actually asking for permission. Fascinating.
Permission granted.
Let's go. Stay close.
Hey, so say we did go.
Death?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
Hmm. What in the hell is that?
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Hmm.
It looks the same in every direction.
I mean, he's more used to it, considering the fact he did get to go to it really quick. What the? We're in a
Wonder
loop.
he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's
Relax,
a time and a
Paimon.
place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
It's like a computer.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida
The rest is up to you.
Will do.
Hmm.
Huh. For one, ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon. Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Yes, Paimon. Congratulations. Welcome to telepathy. I wish we could see your inside your head like the meme where it was that you're literally a demon.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Yeah, but we are also going behind Scaramouche's back with this, so...
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatara Suna incident.
Did he mean to do that?
Do you know anything about that?
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatara Suna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gese got it right?
Sorta.
They guessed right about one thing. Tatara Suna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Considering the fact we're not
Don't
actively
insult
talking
me.
to each other,
You're
that's
having
why.
a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So,
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
wait! How did you know about that? Didn't Nahida?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
That's true. I mean, even if he didn't tell him, like, he knows things. Like, he's a former Fatui Harbinger. He knows some shit.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
You found something?
This light. It looks similar to.
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement!
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
Uh-oh.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
This is wrong information.
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. And it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher.
Seems suspicious.
But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope, but that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Damn it, it's the doctor. Fucking Dottore.
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
So how old is Dottore anyway? I'm confused.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and he has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use.
Yeah, they're not allowed to show blood because they don't want to rate the cost of the
the
game
only
rating.
ones who think
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa, already dead. What a pity.
Damn it.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Oh boy. He's pissed.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore. Dottore!
Uh-oh. He's losing his mind.
Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, he read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Smart. Smart. She used that opportunity to figure out his shit. God damn, the God of Wisdom is smart.
Maybe so. But it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Let's give him some space. He looks really...
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So,
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday, so now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as the mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began.
Shit. Why is it always the Fitsui
It was
assholes?
all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer.
I thought he was talking about, like,
Then he instructed him to enter the furnace.
the mental thing, not his
Absorb
physical
all the
heart.
heat caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Cutscene? Nope.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
I'm just gonna stand back to see he does his thing. Ooh. Controller down.
Shall we see how he's doing?
Ooh.
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
That's not what I would say in that situation. Honestly, I would just say, look, I want to make sure you're good, man.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
What does that mean?
The heavens respond?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time.
Oh shit, confirmed, Conria. I think that was rumored, but now that's confirmed. Oh shit.
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
He blocked us out. He blocked Kusanali out.
Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words.
Paimon's face! Paimon's face is hilarious. She's like, why the fuck are you leaving me out of this?
So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
Oh, fuck, that's not good.
Done.
Huh? What happened?
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me.
Oh no, he's gonna delete something. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Nahida, get us out. Out. Pull us out. We need to get out. Pull us out.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer! Balladeer!
What is he about to delete, chat? What is he about to delete? He's gonna delete something, and it's gonna fuck the timeline.
Oh, he disappeared.
That's not good. Shit. Paimon, you should not be that far from me. That's a bad plan. Oh, thank God.
Oh no, he's
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go?
Oh, don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow.
This is bad. This is bad. Don't fuck the timeline. Don't fuck the timeline. Oh. Why am I upside down? I'm in Sumeru. Fuck. Theme of Awakening. Alright, I gotta do that to get it out of the way. Fuck.
Time to go. Hello, traveler. Have you ever heard of a moment of dreams?
Oh, that sounds like some kind of sweet drink.
I'm afraid not. Dreams have become quite the hot topic in Sumeru, and many people are excited to share the dreams they've seen at night. The same goes for me. The last time I dreamed was when I was but a little child, so I can't help but feel excited and nostalgic about dreaming again.
Oh, right.
Yes, we organized an event to give everyone with new dreams a platform to freely share their experiences, and thus our event,
So it's kind of like a fireside chat.
you could say that. We hear all sorts of wild and fabulous stories every day. Really.
Yeah, but to us, dreaming is as normal as breathing. Wait, but if there are free drinks and snacks involved, then Paimon might consider it.
Oh, really? So you mean...
But no need to get so
No. We need experienced participants. Please allow me to address you two as Dream.
Oh, X?
Now you seem interested. Rest assured, you'll find...
Wow, sign us up. But wait, Paimon's getting ahead of herself again. We should see what the traveler thinks first. Why aren't you saying anything? All right, hurry up and take us to be dream experts. Do you know what's the most important part of being an expert?
Well, I suppose it must be accumulating knowledge and sharing your experiences?
Nope, it's all about the title. From now on, Paimon will be known as Paimon, the Dream Expert.
Oh, okay. Sorry to interrupt, everyone. We finally have some real dream experts joining us. Esteemed experts, this way, please. Ahem. Now, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask them.
They must be dream experts from another land. Great! Oh, I have a question. Me first! Me first!
No rush. Everyone, please line up and ask in an orderly fashion.
So who's the character we're waiting on?
Whoa, Paimon didn't expect them to be so enthusiastic.
My question is simple. My everyday life is very difficult, so I would like to become a slime in my dreams. How can I do that?
Oh, Paimon knows. Paimon's had this kind of...
Oh, I've seen this meme before in a YouTube short.
She knows a thing or two.
I've seen this one.
The first time, Paimon became an animal slime. Paimon was shot by an adventurer's arrow and flew in the sky all night long. The second time, Paimon became a dendro slime. A group of kids thought Paimon was a radish and pulled out all the grass on her head. Oh, it was super painful. The third time, Paimon became a cryo slime. In the end, Paimon was captured by a chef and turned into a smoothie. And the fourth time, Paimon became a powerful Geo slime and went to take revenge on the forest boar that used to bully Paimon. But then the boar showed up with all of its relatives and Paimon lost again.
Wait, why did all of your dreams end so tragically?
Because slimes are monsters, even though they look cute, they usually cause trouble and end up getting killed by adventurers. Things don't tend to end well for monsters. Believe Paimon.
I suppose you're right. They are monsters, after all. I just want to experience a different life, but it seems that becoming... Maybe I'd be happy...
Looks like being an expert is Way's next!
Oh, it's my turn. Esteemed expert, I want to know what posture I should sleep in so I can have the same dream as the one I had last night.
Well... Hey, you're supposed to be helping.
You're the expert. Expert with a question mark. I just noticed that.
Oh, it's quite ordinary.
Why don't you just find your wife and talk with her? There's no need to wait for a dream.
Well,
Sorry. Paimon shouldn't have assumed anything.
no, it's fine. I didn't make that clear. I just want a chance to see her again.
Yeah, it's not really about posture. What you think about right before falling asleep is probably way more important.
That's probably why you should not use your phone before you go to bed. Chat. I don't really have that problem. Lately, I just haven't been dreaming because I've been taking melatonin and passing out.
Oh, is that all I have to do?
It's only been an hour? Oh, man. Huh.
Think about it.
Neat.
If you're the one thinking about her, and you're the one that'll be dreaming about her, then it'll be easier to connect your thoughts and dreams.
You do have a point. Give it a try tonight. Thanks for your wise advice.
Oh, my turn, my turn. I want to know the name of the plant in my dream.
I want to bring the souvenir box to my room into my dream.
I dreamt of a raven flying over the wasteland last night. Does that have any kind of special meaning?
Where have we heard that before, chat? Oh, yeah. Official.
Hey, no rush! One at a time! Their questions were way too difficult. We don't actually know anything more than they do. We're just more experienced dreamers, that's all.
Yeah, chat, to be fair, in reality, we don't know much about dreaming either. It just happens. Like, you just sometimes fall asleep and you're, like, able to fly, or whatever, for whatever reason. You're like, I can fly and turn to a fish, or whatever the fuck humans dream about. Like, we don't really have an explanation of what our brains are doing, other than, my brain thinks this is funny. Which is sometimes how your dreams go. Sometimes your brain is just like, I'm gonna do a little bit of trolling. I'm gonna do a bit of trolling. I think that's in my brain sometimes. As I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck?
You do have a point. It's more rewarding to explore and contemplate the meaning of a question than to focus on the answer itself. Right now, these people are like wanderers who've starved for 3 days and 3 nights and are desperate to replenish their energy. Any explanation they get now is like pure sustenance to them, no matter how good the explanation really is. Oh, and now that Paimon has said that, you know who comes to mind? Bingo! If she was here, unfortunately, she's super busy right now and may not have time for gatherings like this.
Dear experts, we have another guest who would like to consult you.
Nahida?
But you saw how...
But this guest is rather special.
Yeah, there she is. There's the Archon. How's everyone not going, holy shit, holy shit?
Why didn't you immediately tell me about such an interesting place?
Huh? Nahida? How did you get here?
Interesting events like a moment of dreams don't happen every day, after all. No matter how busy things are, I'd still set aside some time to check it out. Anyway, I really didn't expect to meet you here.
Oh, right! If there's anyone that understands dreams, it's you! You should be able to help us answer all these questions.
You're not wrong. Alright, they can ask me anything. The more interesting, the better.
They have an audience with their god, chat. Like, how often does that happen? Like, when it's just like, yeah, no, this is the god. Like, for, like, Zhongli, people think he's dead. For Raiden, people are like, oh shit, that's the Shogun. I'm just gonna not do that. I'm just gonna not interact with her other than here's some dango milk. And then, like, for Venti, it's who the fuck's this weird kid? Like, that's it for Venti. It's just like, oh, look, this guy has an animal vision. Okay. And he's a musician. Cool. Like, she's the only one that's, like, out and about among the people, it seems. As herself.
Huh? What's wrong? You were all so excited a minute ago. Even so, it's not like I look super intimidating or anything, right?
No, you're not really intimidating, Nahida. The problem is you're literally their god.
And in terms of reputation and renown, you've also done many great things in Sumeru. Yet they didn't even flinch at you. Alas, the interesting questions have all vanished in an instant. It appears I'm the one spoiling the fun here. I'll see myself out.
Aww.
That's not true, Nahida.
I don't want to get in the way of the original purpose of a Moment of Dreams, which is to let people gather here and freely share their marvelous dreams. Now the atmosphere here is like water poured into a container. The water is more secure and settled, but it has lost its free-flowing nature from the river. I just want it to be another drop in the water, not the cold and restrictive container.
She's sulking. Hey! It's alright, everyone! No need to be shy. The Dendro Archon is really nice, so please just go ahead and ask. Otherwise, she'll leave.
Alright. I'll give it a try.
Oh, it's the slime guy.
Hey, drop the nicknames, would you? Besides, I don't want to become a slime anymore.
I see. So you want to become a small animal in your dreams, right? Why do you think that sounds good to you?
I guess I just want to experience something different. My everyday life is nothing but the same.
Hi, chat.
The sky is right above me, and the ocean just over the horizon, yet I remain caged in a life of monotony.
So you want to experience something new in your dreams? Sorry. I'm getting a little confused. Why don't you seek out some new...
Because if I don't work, I won't have any Mora. Sure, I don't want to be out hammering nails and cutting wood every day, but I have aging parents and young children to take care of. By the time this all dawned on me, I realized that my life has already been filled to the brim by trifling matters, and I have no more freedom.
But if that's the case, then even if you became a flying bird or swimming fish, you will still be hammering nails. The reason is you've already been caged. It doesn't matter what your physical body turns into. Your mind will still be stuck in the same predicament.
Really? That sounds pretty terrible. Then what should I do?
I don't know everything that you're going through, but how about replacing your hammer?
Huh? Replacing my hammer?
What does that have to do with anything?
That's right. Having worked for such a long time, you of all people must know what makes a good hammer.
Well, of course. A good hammer needs to be heavy enough to drive the nail in with just a couple taps. And the handle has to have a good grip to it, not too smooth. Come to think of it, I haven't replaced my current hammer in quite some time.
You should replace it. Then decorate the handle with something you like. Maybe some ornaments, fur, or hard leather wrapping. Then, write the names of your children on it.
That's actually a really sweet idea. That's a bad idea for a hammer. That's a sweet idea.
That makes sense. I think it'd give me a good boost of energy at work.
A new sense of adventure often begins with the little things in life.
That's true.
You don't need to become a bird in the air or a fish in the sea. You only need to do your best in life, and all those things you cherish will become your source of happiness.
Yes. Yes, I get it now. This is a real eye-opener for me. I'll go and pick out a new hammer right away. No, I should make one of my own. Thank you, Great Dendro Archon.
That's our Nahida. Only you would know how to get right to the heart of the problem.
Actually, I didn't really understand the problem.
Huh?
I gave him that advice because I once saw a worker doing the same thing. Whenever he became tired, he would look at some names on the handle of his tool. After a moment, he'd start to smile. It really surprised me at the time. My guess is that the names on the handle were of important people to him. After observation, I know this kind of behavior motivates people, but why is that? Is it because of excitement, anticipation, or helplessness? I really don't know. And even if I could know what's going through his mind, it's still difficult to fully grasp his feelings.
Oh, Paimon gets what you mean. Huh. Paimon had no idea it takes you so much effort to understand these kinds of things.
I mean, she's the god of, like, for some reason, dreams, but mostly knowledge. And dreams literally make no sense. So, yeah.
That's why I was a bit nervous just now. But luckily, seeing his happy face in the end reassured me that I didn't say anything wrong. Don't mind me, though. This is just my way of learning.
Hey, don't forget about Paimon.
Thanks, you too. That makes me feel a lot better. Let's move on to the next question, shall
I already asked the experts my question earlier, but I wanted to hear the Dendro Archon's response too. What should I do if I want to see my deceased wife in my dreams every night?
Longing for the deceased. Even if you keep reliving those beautiful memories, it'll only highlight the emptiness in your real life. If your wife were still alive, she certainly wouldn't want to see you like this, would she?
No, I suppose not. But our time together in my dreams is not just reliving our past together. I don't know. Maybe it's because I miss her too much. But it's really as if she had come back to life in my dreams. She even remembers each and every dream. After I wake up and then continue dreaming again later, we can pick up our conversation right where we last left off.
That's really amazing. Statistically speaking, continuous dreams are extremely rare.
It's almost as if my wife has obtained a second life in my dreams. But the more vivid she appears, the emptier I feel, and the more painful it is when I wake up. I don't know whether to call it a blessing or a curse.
No food.
Maybe all of this is rooted in your deep longing for her. Were there any unresolved matters or regrets between the two of you?
I don't know. I suppose my biggest regret is that I couldn't spend the rest of my life with her. I really felt like I was ready to move on. I wouldn't be so hesitant now if it weren't for these hyper-realistic dreams I've been having.
Huh. You know, they say that whatever's on your mind is what goes into your dreams.
But dreams are, and will forever be, just dreams. We are people living in the real world. It's not good to be overly obsessed with dreams. All it'll do is fill up your mind and eat away at your thoughts.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm also a little disappointed in myself. I still need to take care of our child.
Yep.
And it's probably not good to let her see me in such a state.
He's a single dad with a dead wife. Damn.
Anyway, thanks for your advice, Great Dendro Archon.
He doesn't even look like he's been sleeping. He's got massive bags under his eyes. I don't know that experience. I've never been married, so
a little worried about him. I think I can handle things from here.
Oh man. Can I go back to the... No, because she's still there.
I wish my
I
dream.
don't want to talk to... Nah. I want to talk to this guy.
Are you feeling any better now?
I'm on those 30 seconds.
Yes. I think the Dendro Archon made a really good point. I need to stop dwelling on my wife like this and move on with my life. Now that I think about it, my wife and I always meet at a familiar place in my dreams.
Oh man, that place is gorgeous. Oh man.
I know where that place exists in reality, but it's a bit far, but at the same time, I feel as if I should go and have a look anyway. Otherwise, I'll keep on once I can stop dreaming about that place, I'll probably be able to get my life back together. Actually, you two are adventurers, right? If it's okay with you.
Yeah, it might also be a good chance for us to unwind. Even if you can't see your wife there, taking in some nice scenery will definitely help cheer you up.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Alright, go ahead and...
No! No, that's forbidden knowledge. That's forbidden knowledge. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that.
Are you headed off to some interesting place?
Huh? Wait, aren't you supposed to be...
I just finished, and they really got a lot out of it. So many interesting and novel thoughts. Anyway, it looks like you're going somewhere.
Oh, there's no need to trouble you, great Dendro Archon. I imagine you must have many other important things to deal with.
No need to stand on ceremony. Besides, I wouldn't have asked to come along if I didn't have a good reason. I wanted to use this opportunity to discuss with you some things that are...
Huh. I didn't know the great Dendro Archon could become puzzled too.
I'm not all that different from you, you know. Alright, let's go. We can talk on the way.
Don't explain Rukadabata. That's forbidden knowledge. Oh, it's not part of Amara Village. That's not bad. Oh, there's a top part I didn't unlock. Whoops. I'll go do that. Alright, are there anything to the map yet? Or are we kind of done expanding the map for the moment? So I feel like there's more... Yeah, there's something more over here, but it's not ready yet, probably. Oh, another we're good about music again. Come on.
Time to go.
Hey, Dendroculus. I'm grabbing that. Oh, Nara.
Follow the wind.
Make it after the sun rises. Oh, it just changes anyway.
To go for a leisurely stroll.
Huh. Do adventurers often go to places like this? Huh. I guess so.
So, this is where you always meet your wife in your dreams?
Yes, for the most part. When I saw her in my dreams, we didn't do anything but talk about ordinary, mundane topics. I'd tell her about our daughter, Haidar, and she always listened intently. She would also reminisce about the past with me, telling me interesting stories and cracking jokes. It feels like no matter how long we may chat, it's never enough.
Sometimes, it's the little things in life life that matter the most?
This is the part I'm a little puzzled about. I'm very familiar with dreams, and normally, they lack logic and continuity. But you said she could remember what you had told her before, right?
That's right. She always listened to me carefully in real life, and now she's doing the same in my dreams. She always surprises me with some details from our lives in the real world. The fact that she can remember such things makes me feel like she's alive.
To be fair, that is your mind doing that.
Whoa. That's pretty.
However, the problem is that his dreams have too much structure and continuity. Most dreams are far more fragile than you can imagine. For example, a loud noise outside your window in the real world could cause your dream self to get loaded into and fired out of a big cannon.
That's true.
Another example. If you're thirsty in the real world, then you might find yourself trudging through a desert in your dream.
That happened to you, writers? That happened to you, Hoyoverse?
But the appearance of your wife seems unusually stable and unaffected by any outside interference. Statistically, this should be.
I don't understand it either. But I have no reason to suspect or reject these dreams. They're too beautiful.
But I still want to figure out the how and the why. Let's go. Just think of it as a nice little hike to the top of the mountain.
Well, he really wasn't kidding. This place definitely isn't safe.
No matter. We'll just finish them quickly.
Huh? Are you going?
Of course. This is all part of our little trip. Everyone hold hands.
The wind knows me.
Jellyfish is in the cutscene.
The scenery here is amazing! It also seems like a great spot for eating snacks and taking a nap. Paimon wouldn't mind spending some
What are
time
those
here
over there?
every day either.
Behind the traveler's back.
I've yet to see anything. I do not plan to deny the power of longing.
His wife must be a really amazing person. Huh? Wait, where'd he go?
Oh, so you were waiting for me here? Well, when the Dendro Archon said she wanted to come with me, I could hardly believe it. I'll bring Haidar once I'm more familiar with the way here.
He's been sleepwalking and
She's
dreaming?
been telling me.
Huh? What's wrong with him? There's nobody there.
Wait, Minar. Don't go that way. It's dangerous.
Uh-oh, he's gonna fall. Catch him!
Luckily he didn't.
He's in the dream now. What he said just now matches almost perfectly with the dreams he's described to us earlier.
Oh, so he fell asleep?
I find it a little strange as well, but we mustn't awaken someone while they're sleepwalking. All we can do is sit here and wait.
Huh? Minar. Where's Minar?
Oh, good! You're finally awake!
You were trying to cross the border, right?
What happened? Huh? Sleepwalking? Oh, right. It was all just a dream. The moment I reached the summit, I saw my wife, Minar, sitting there, and walked over to her. After I introduced her to you, she seemed a little flustered and started walking away. I told her to stop because of the cliff, and then she seemed to suddenly disappear. A strong wind started to blow around me and the sky grew dark. When I realized something wasn't right, I woke up.
That sounds pretty wild. Maybe you were just too tired.
I don't think so. I slept a lot yesterday, and I don't feel very sleepy now.
Maybe we've affected the way his subconscious constructs dreams by following him here. Anyway, all that matters is that you woke up.
I think I know what happened now. I'm sorry.
Let's head back now.
Oh, okay.
Nahida, what's on your mind?
We still don't have enough evidence to work off of, so it's hard to draw any reliable
Oh, right! Come to think of it, there were...
Right. And not only at a moment of dreams, we need to understand what's happening and the rate of its development.
Then there's no time to lose! Stop standing there, Ilmon! Let's go!
Come on. All right. Back to this. What's the best teleport? I guess that's the best teleport.
We're out! And we're at... an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help.
An emergency? How bad...
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't just rewrite history. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it. So, Paimon's so confused. Huh? Ah! Sorry.
You good, Pamela?
Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Yeah, that's not good.
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But, so, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here. Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes, cream stew, sauteed matsutake, and Drayan chili chicken, almond tofu, satisfying also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and balladeer? Is that a food?
Fuck.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay?
This is bad. This is bad. This is not good. Considering this is still in the game, hopefully the damage isn't too extensive. I haven't been eating as them in ages.
We've made it to Amanoma's smithy.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Aminoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, but fortunately, Kaede Harakazuha recently returned to Inazuma
Ooh.
and took up the mantle of
Okay.
Ishin art. Now, if my memory serves me right, you...
Oh, yeah, we learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then.
That, in fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should... There is no harm in telling you the Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname...
Here's where we go in the history chat.
Though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan, knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together.
Yep, that's changed. That's changed. That's not good.
The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphan son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the war. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living, alas. If only the story could have ended there. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. They're on to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler.
We're gonna go say hi to the Kamisatos. Nice. We haven't been. When was the last time they were like relevant in the campaign? Oh my god. I don't know. Oh, that's a loud plane.
We're here.
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say? Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the commission. As for the commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a
So pretty much business.
Very much so.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. And Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time.
Internet, don't do anything with that.
To have you as a friend.
Be kind, Internet.
She's always saying how talented. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all. I mean, whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. They say it's because Toma is a much better chef than most. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well.
Nice.
It's been many years now since the late Mr. As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very wonderful.
Paimon likes it here too. Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite.
Of course.
All right, goodbye for now. We're up. Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see.
All right then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep. Everything's taken care.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Thanks, guy. Oh, fucking hate. Need to be chunks. And here you go. Nice. Holy shit, those 20 Prima Gems? What the hell? I had to do one last bit of dialogue for 20 Primos? God, I'm dumb.
Time to go.
Oh, man. I am really, really stupid. There was actually quite a few Prima Gems.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Xavier? What are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So
We have some questions and thought you might be able to...
certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just act like the back of my hand. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here. Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the
Also appropriate, I'm in Inazuma, so...
maintenance issues along the way.
A couple?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How...
Hey, weren't you gonna ask that?
Oh, I didn't realize you...
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge? Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned. Of course!
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most welcome. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up with keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile? No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you. Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Thank you, that button.
Hey,
You too.
it's them.
How was that?
Akaba, Sawada, you're still
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh? Should we join them?
Holy rain.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh?
Hmm.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma.
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Wow, so many new details.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of—
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right.
The bird! What the hell's the bird doing there?
And they're back at it.
Oh, so sorry. Look at a—
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do. Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon.
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up
The balladeer? This sounds like some kind of code. You look troubled.
Traveler? Hey,
No, 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 no.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently.
What?
I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine.
That fight is deleted. What the fuck?
It does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul,
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond Tevat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past...
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer.
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only... Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be
You
hard
can't
not
escape
to
fate, chat. Fate's a bitch. You can't escape it.
The story makes sense. Every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul.
Wait, so who the fuck did Miko give the gnosis to now? Like, that changes that too. Like, who the fuck? Like, what? Like, Miko gave him the gnosis to save our ass. Who the fuck had control of it? Like, what's going on?
That power then enabled him to change what was recorded
Oh,
in Irminsul
Christ.
and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but...
Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be the one.
What is that?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Is
I don't get to watch him.
fairy tale? Who wrote it?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabukimono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that, but Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information, but if we connect all the different pieces together, the truth... There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this,
Oh, that's fine.
furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good.
Oh, is that what that cutscene was in the trailer? That was the whole thing burning down?
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Oh boy.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the balladeer story. It is his very own memories. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really... Paimon has no memory of him at all.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you.
So she remembers
Before
now.
he vanished, he confirmed we still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still...
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us, so the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up.
Good idea.
You got it. Come on, Traveler. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time to go.
What should we eat first?
Always with foods, you.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Dang it, I didn't want to delete that.
What is it? Have you... why'd you jump up on...
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Whoa.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Look, if you're gonna help out here...
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to...
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off.
And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetius, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Maybe you're Scaramouche. Where you going? Oh, there he is. He rendered in.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
What the hell? What the fuck?
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
One sec, chat. I'm looking at something really quick. There we go. Cat.
Have we met before?
Look, there's just some cities on the ground.
No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Hmm.
Are you?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word.
Not like
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
you figured it out.
You were right.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down... Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm. And he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's odd.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come...
Then let's return to the city.
Fuck, chat.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more.
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me.
I was just about to pay you anyway.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little... But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't know...
But I don't... No. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done.
Well, we just fucked over his life, so that's fun. Sorry, Scaramouche. What is she working on? What is that? Looks like an iPad.
What's wrong? Huh?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't...
You say that you're trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case...
Oh, like a past life or something?
That's not inaccurate as a statement.
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So...
Okay, I have to Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear.
Chat. A screenshot of something.
But I'll be able to handle it.
Is truth something you care a lot?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. You nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
Oof, that's a hard pill to swallow.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt you.
If we were enemies, why are you...
This is so frustrating! He's got so much to answer for.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet. With no...
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him?
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face...
Traveler, could I ask you to
Oh, good point.
Understood.
Thank you.
Moving back into Irminsul.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information. These memories will show you the raw truth. But be aware that enemies may
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to.
Alright.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation.
Is that because this is...
You could say that.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground?
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Not a scratch.
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took it.
And the rest is history.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Jesus.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Wake me up. Yeah, chest. Let me see if I missed something. Can't go back. Okay.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
You really love using this environment. Okay. Thanks.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
I saw Shogun. I saw A.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory and...
Let's keep going.
Ah!
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
This is bad. This isn't good. Use this first. Well met.
Thrust and rebound. Born of icy frost. No touching.
The wind knows me.
Well,
Clouds high. The bird...
Blaze over.
my word. Finished. Looks like I went too far.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the
Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow.
Oh, shit.
You shouldn't have.
What the hell are you doing here?
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan.
Sounds a little different.
Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible. And don't
see
let
what her
your
voice was.
emotions get in the way.
Let me see what her voice was. Let me go to the internet.
Surely you're not worried about me.
No, I don't need Venti on there. Ah, okay, yeah, no, 100%. That, yeah, no, that's Signora.
I just can't have you
It's the
getting
same
in
voice
my way.
actress.
You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Yeah, no, you're going to die by my hands. Well, actually, you're not gonna die. Ryan's gonna kill you.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more.
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Next on the agenda, over here. No touching.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my
This is long overdue. I'm a little low on energy.
What? Did he just one?
Covenant of the Deep. Hold the line. Born of ice and frost. The more, the merrier.
Looking for a chest, chat. Looking for a chest. Hey. Source of the problem.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, we're here again.
Is that...
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
let's move on.
Chest. No chest.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations?
Future.
If not, then what are the differences between humans and whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, no matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules. With each person being a collection, as a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity. I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself.
Skirmish, I would advise you not to take your memories back and just go, man, I was a shit person. Bye.
So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
Cutscene.
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Not a great plan.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright? No way!
Hi.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
All right. You just grew. You gained a vision. What the hell? Freedom.
Die. This is trying my patience. Have you got any more stupid questions?
Feeble human!
Too slow. Behold. That's far enough. The wind rises. At my command, you shall fall. You're dead. Insignificant pest. Swarm Fury. My endless cycle begins. You dare to gaze upon me? The wind rises.
Feeble human!
Too slow. Squall and Fury.
Insignificant pest!
The wind rises. Imbecile! Get out.
It disappeared.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. Wait, but it was you and...
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just... You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Oh, it was surrendered in. No chest? No chest. Yeah, nothing. Whoa.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we...
You don't like being addressed by that...
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it. After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the Sixth is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for...
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people. These are not simple things to accomplish.
Ooh, she's not wrong.
What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say
Clever
that's
girl.
one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful... Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that.
You were too, for a
Sorry
little
if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well. I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed. Which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to
There she goes.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly...
Why?
Because...
Then I hope...
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a...
No! Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything?
You can't criticize a government. We all know why that's there, Yo. We all know why it says government there. All the other stuff is fine. I get that, but hilarious. You say government. Oh, region. Gee, yeah. Can't use anything negative against Taiwan now, can What's a good name? I want something interesting. Let me alt tab. But you know, I want like something that says like he's like essentially sort of also a traveler. Let me find. Let's see. Where's traveler translated into Japanese? Because Inazuma is based off Japan. Translate to Japan. Oh, I like that. Ryoka. That's a good one. How do you pronounce that? This is how you pronounce traveler in Japanese, chat.
旅行者旅行者旅行者
Hmm. Interesting.
旅行者
Yep, I'll name him that. RYOKO, but that's it. Actually, yeah. RYOKOSHA. Let's go with this, chat. It means essentially. Actually, no. Give me Wanderer in Japanese instead. I want Wanderer. Ah, it's Horosha, which is this.
放浪者
Horosha. I'm not Japanese. I don't know Japan. Let me delete that. Gonna do regular O.
Are you sure?
I think this will do.
All right, if you say so.
There. Now you have an...
What about a nickname? Are you... Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the... I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. All right. We're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore. So we can finally go eat?
Thank you both. I hope you will...
New cutscene, probably? Looks like it's loading one. Yes.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
time we had a break.
Alright, as they do this, I'm going to get lunch, dinner, and then we're going to play TCG.
All the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back. Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
She doesn't even remember the breaking the vase? Seriously?
You sound lost and confused.
What the hell is that? What the fuck?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Oh, what? Who's talking?
Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway,
Is that
it
Alice?
is not displaced.
No, it's not Alice. It's not Alice.
The same
It's
is
someone else.
true of fate.
What the hell?
Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? Anyway, that feels wrong just leaving it there.
Alright, I'm gonna go claim all these achievements so I can get primogems for later. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 primos. Nice. More in here? Oh, there's a TCG. Okay. Well, chat, that was fantastic. That was very entertaining. It was very interesting. I like that. Should we go to play some cards? Okay. Game. Come on. Oh yeah, you guys are always here. Give me some news. They say the physics servitors. He's been left empty or vacant. Oh, hi, Sucrose.
So, Sucrose, the package you mentioned that you received before, it's not dangerous, is it? You need to be careful when you're opening packages. I once had a friend mail me some research materials, and all the bouncing around in transit caused a reaction. Once I opened it, it let out a stench that could wake the dead. If your package contains anything like that, then maybe you should check with Albedo first and see what he thinks.
No, this package didn't contain any hazardous materials.
Timaeus! Sucrose! What are you two chatting about?
Oh, hey, you two. We're just talking about a strange package that Sucrose received recently.
A strange package?
Yes. I believe it's from a Sumero scholar who came here to study in Mondstadt. It's most likely a thank you gift for collaborating on some research together.
Yep, change that to delivery. Whoops.
Huh? A package package from an academia scholar. Oh, then there could be anything inside.
There wasn't anything dangerous inside. Just a bunch of strange cards. I think I've seen Timaeus with some similar-looking cards before, so I came to ask him about what they might be.
You've seen me with some cards? Maybe those were the testing cards used for distinguishing reagents.
No, they didn't look like test cards. Here, have a look.
No, she's a card of herself. And board. I like that card. It's a good design.
Oh, you meant these? Huh. Sucrose, have you really never seen these before?
No, never. Recently, I've been spending all my time up in the mountains working on cultivating pentatonic sweet flowers. Why? Is this an area of research that has started trending in the alchemical community during my absence?
You could definitely say that it's trending, but not as an area of research. It's a card game that's been getting really popular these days. It's called Genius Invocation TCG.
Yep, I'll be delivered in a little while.
Invocation TCG! Yeah, we've been hearing about this game all over the place. But this is the first time we've ever actually seen any of the cards. We didn't know it had made it all the way to Mondstadt.
That's right. The game's been catching on lately. The Yae publishing house in Inazuma has even published a series of light novels based on
that's
the game.
Miko, all right.
The story is really good. It starts with a young guy in Sumeru who finds an ancient casket of tomes in the attic. He opens it and discovers that the soul of an ancient TCG player called the Crocodile King has been captured inside.
It's kind of Yu-Gi-Oh-ish, isn't it, chat? It's pretty Yu-Gi-Oh.
It turns out that the Crocodile King was King Deshret's viceroy, who battled an opponent named the Ibis King. During the match, the Crocodile King fell prey to his opponent's scheme and was sealed away in the casket of tomes. After being unexpectedly released by the kid, the Crocodile King possesses him and helps him to gradually climb the ranks and become a legendary TCG player.
Timaeus.
Huh? What's wrong, Sucrose? If you're interested in how the story plays out, I can lend you the novels.
No. I was just thinking about that time you requested an extension on your progress report deadline.
Oh, he's
citing
about to get busted for
personal
playing
reasons
games.
for the delay.
Well, I did go through a phase recently where I wasn't putting enough focus on my work, but it's under control now. I've committed to not even touch Genius Invocation TCG until I've made enough progress in my research.
Well, that... Oh? What? Well, since it's a gift from a researcher I've collaborated with, I thought that I should at least try to learn the rules. That way, I could say that I at least tried to appreciate his gift.
Oh, right! And since it's a game from Sumeru, who knows? Playing it might even make you smarter. Okay, fine. Paimon's curious and would like to give it a try. Please?
Oh, that was sweet.
Although, it seems like we can't learn it.
Well, research is my priority, you know. But if you'd like to learn the rules of Genius Invocation TCG, then I'd actually suggest you go to the Cat's Tail. Yep, that's the place. It's where everyone in the community goes to play when they have time. They gather there, trade cards, and they're very welcoming to new players.
Ah, so
Trying to
it's a
learn the
nerd
rules
place.
can be intimidating at first.
Understood. Traveler? Paimon? Let's go to the Cat's Tail, and to be honest, hearing Timaeus talking about the game has also piqued my curiosity.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Battlefield of dice, cats, and cards. Nice. Before I get in here, chat, I'm can use the bathroom because it's been 3 hours since I started streaming, and I need to. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, chat. I feel much better. New door. Neat.
Welcome to the Cat's Tail. Ah, it's the Traveler and Paimon. What a nice surprise. Oh, and Sucrose the Alchemist. It's been a while, hasn't it?
What is the thing on the head? I love the little bow tie, but what is that thing on the cat?
I'm afraid I've already told you before. Fur from the Cat's Tail staff is not for sale, no matter how much Mora you offer.
Don't worry, Margaret. We're not here for that research project I told you about last time.
Sucrose, what kind of experiment were you trying to do with the cat's tail?
I just wanted to test out. Actually, Margaret, we're here to learn more about Genius Invocation TCG.
Genius Invocation TCG. We were just talking about that game. You see, more and more people have been gathering at the Cat's Tail to play, so I thought, why not have a dedicated staff to serve the new customers? Speaking of which, I believe you've already met. You know Prince. This is the Cat's Tail after all, so I thought having a cat take care of our new customers would be quite a nice touch.
The little saint of cats.
Allow me to interpret. Prince says that the word customer is much too loose of a term, and we should instead refer to anyone who loves dueling with cards as TCG players.
My mistake. So it seems I haven't introduced you yet. This is Prince and Shuyan. They will be in charge of taking care of our TCG players.
I'm afraid I must correct you there, ma'am. Only Prince, the average player, is incapable of grasping the subtlety and sheer genius behind Prince's every.
Is the cat seriously the final boss here? Is that what's going on?
Me to communicate with everyone. I am.
Wow! Another guy who can understand animals!
How can you use such a crude word as animal to describe the one and only Prince? He is special and the only one of his kind. Such.
He's taking his job way too seriously if it's just a cat.
What's that? Shuyan. In the eyes of the common folk, I look no different than any other ordinary cat. It's a natural mistake to make, and you shouldn't overreact.
It seems he really is capable of communicating with the cat. Could this be the result of some modification to the language center of his brain?
Seriously, how can he get all of that from a simple meow?
Yes, It was the sacred duels of Genius Invocation, TCG, that formed and cemented our bonds of mutual understanding. It's my firm belief that by simply playing the game, players can develop a deeper...
So, playing Genius Invocation TCG fosters some sort of a telepathic link between players?
Somehow Paimon doubts that.
Uh-huh. Anyway, if you'd like to know, though I'd love to explain more myself, it's time for my daily walk. I'll let Prince play a game with...
Just as a seasoned warrior can foresee the path of his opponent's sword, so too can I, as a TCG master, predict my opponent's every play. It would be That's what Prince said.
Oh, Prince doesn't want to play with us.
I'm sorry, but from the day I met the mighty card master Prince, I swore an oath that my hands would live solely to hold the cards and not to play them.
If Prince is unwilling to play, then...
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. What is it? I'm pretty busy over here, you know. Huh. Why is it that every player that sets foot in here to play Genius Invocation TCG has to have a drink? Ugh! Don't they have any clue that the key to playing a game is the ability to think straight? Seriously, games and drinks don't mix. Don't they get that? Ugh!
What can I say? As the tavern owner, I can't help but feel happy to hear this. Anyway, I see you've been working hard, so I thought you could use a break. So why not come over here and teach these customers the rules of Genius Invocation?
Ha! Yeah, what kind of break is that? Oh, why are we letting all these loafers come in here to play Genius Invocation TCG anyway? All it does is encourage more people to come to the bar for a drink. You know, if drink sales keep going up like this, pretty soon Mondstadt's alcohol industry is gonna reach new heights. Looks like my...
My dear, you are quite mistaken. You said it yourself, a clear mind is necessary to win. Soon, their thirst for victory will overcome their thirst for alcohol. Prince speaks the truth, Diona. Not only is the spread of Genius Invocation TCG no obstacle to your goal of destroying Mondstadt's alcohol industry, it could even support you in this endeavor.
Could it really?
Sure, why not? Alrighty then.
But...
Shuyan, drink mixing, now.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
Here we go. Let's see how this works.
Diona's waiting for you. That's what Prince said. And I need to go start.
Why does it look like it's a Smash Bros. Invitation?
Okay, let's go through the rules.
Deck?
Yes. You should have built a deck. You know, a set of cards that meets the bare minimum requirement to play the game. What's with the blank stares? Come on. Don't tell me you came to learn Genius Invocation TCG without bringing any cards.
That's right. We have some cards that I received from a friend.
Yeah. You're gonna need a few more cards than that. Okay, let me think. Oh, that reminds me. A few days ago when I was closing up for the night...
Are you sure that's okay?
It's already been a few days and he still hasn't come back to claim them. Who knows? Maybe he left them here on purpose. Oh, okay, yeah, I got them here with me. You know, just in case the customer came looking for them. Yeah. All right, so now we have 2 characters. Yep. So, are you ready to start? All right.
Alright, let's see.
Welcome to the world of Genius Invocation TCG. Simply put, this is a game where you control character cards to duke it out with your opponent. Pew, pew, pew! Once you've defeated all of your opponent's character cards, victory shall be yours. Now then, you're gonna need a character on the field to start with.
Let's go.
elemental dice at the start of every round. These dice correspond to elemental energy. We'll be spending these dice to perform actions. Once the roll phase is over, you'll enter the action phase. During the action phase, you can spend elemental dice to perform. Of course, the most common action is to use character skills. Not bad. You just made your first attack. During the action phase, both sides will take turns making their moves. After you use a skill to attack your opponent, it's their turn to attack. And as you can see, once the enemy finishes their move, it's our turn again. Now, these are Omni-Element dice. They can be spent on any move regardless of the elemental type. So, we're gonna use them to pay for... That was pretty good! That's one opponent, but the game has only In that case, let's end this round. After you end round, and once everyone chooses end round, we can move on to the... All right! And a fresh new round means time to roll the...
Pete, roll the dice again.
Ooh, that's some terrible luck. Huh? But don't worry, situations like these are once per round. You can select all the dice that you don't like and
There's no more pyro dice. Oh, okay, let's make them gold. Okay.
When the action phase begins, the player who first chose end round in the previous round, this means that since you finished alrighty then, let's learn a little bit about energy and elemental bursts. Each time you use a skill, your character will gain 1 energy. Once Diluc's energy is full, he can use a... Never mind. Let's start with a normal attack instead. Diluc's normal attack only needs 1 pyro die and 2 other dice of any type. In any case, your normal attack needs fewer pyro dice than your elemental skill. Now we have... It's time to use your powerful elemental burst!
Your verdict is...
Whoa.
in an actual game of Genius Invocation TC. Next up, it's time for your second character card, Kaya, to take the stage. Oh, it seems...
That's better.
When you deal cryo damage, you'll cause your target to be affected by cryo.
Dodge this!
Good! Now our opponent is affected by cryo. This different types of elemental damage affect
Right, it's like the real
different
actual
elements.
game.
When a character is affected by certain elemental combos, an elemental reaction will be triggered. At the moment, your opponent is affected by cryo. Oh, that reminds me. Both sides must have one active character, while others are considered standby characters. Normally, we can only use the... Now, if we want to... In this case, we'll have to switch to D-Luke in order to use his skills. You can spend one elemental die of any kind to switch a standby character to the active character.
Let's finish this swiftly.
Switching characters is an action, just like using a skill. Most skills can only target the active character. As you can see, your opponent just attacked D-Luke. Alright then, now that Because the opponent is already affected by cryo, dealing pyro damage triggers the Melt elemental reaction. When triggered, Melt increases damage dealt by 2. This will allow you to deal loads of damage in one go!
Down.
Alright! Next up, let's learn how to use card types other than character cards. These cards are all known as action cards. Each time a match starts, you have to draw 5 action cards to form your starting hand.
Oh boy. Chad, I don't play card games.
Uh-oh. Looks like we don't...
Reroll, please.
Seriously? We still... Well, never mind. Even in cases like this, we can still attack. We just need to put the action cards in our hand to good use. Don't underestimate action cards. So playing this action card will require 2 of these. See the symbol? Yeah, that means you'll need to play elemental dice of the same type. Some other cards will cost you these instead. The cost requirements for these are much more lenient. You can spend any kind of elemental dice. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, though. For now, just play this action card. So, playing an action card from your hand is a form of fast action. Fast actions do not end your current turn. Simply put, you can continue to act even after playing an action card. But wait, D-Luke's elemental skill costs 3 pyro dice, and right now, we don't even have 1. Well, not a problem. This is where we can use a more advanced mechanic known as elemental tuning. By discarding 1 card from your hand, you can convert 1 elemental die into the element of your current active character. Sometimes, you won't be able to perform any actions you want to because you didn't roll the elemental dice you wanted. Oh well. Moving on, Ingenious Invocation TCG. Keeping up a constant flow of combat is much more important than the number of cards you have. In this case, well, Let's just take all these useless cards and use them for elemental tuning. Just like playing cards from your hand. Elemental tuning is a... Come on, hurry up! Use elemental... Well, would you look at that? Finally, we now have enough elemental dice to use Searing Onslaught. Because you have the White Iron Greatsword equipped, Searing Onslaught will deal 1 extra damage! What?
I think I'm getting the hang of this. I'm not sure. I need to try against a human.
Now comes the final part. Hoo-yeah! In a real match, you can make adjustments to your initial hand. At this time, we can select any number of cards in our hand to shuffle back into the draw pile, and then draw the same number of new cards. What? Once you have confirmed any adjustments you wish to make to your starting hand, both players have to select their starting active character at the same time. Oh boy, this one's a real doozy. We gotta take it out pronto. Let's see how you do this time. Remember, start by selecting your...
Let's finish this swiftly.
Okay, get more pyro.
Hey, look at you! You sure are getting the hang of these rolls. Now let me teach you one last trick. Free of charge. You can preview your opponent's actions. I mean, that is to say, you can read their intent. Check it out. So here's where you can see all your opponent's intentions for this round.
Physical damage. Okay.
All your opponent's intended actions for the round will be listed here in order. Reference this to come up with effective countermeasures and easily defeat your opponents. Well then, that's the end of the tutorial. You're on your own from here. May victory be yours!
Ready when you are. Dodge this!
Wait. There's one more thing I almost forgot. Every time you hit an end phase, you get to draw 2 cards from your action cards pile. Remember, you have to make use of both your elemental dice and your action cards to win.
swap things.
Let's finish this swiftly.
This will be interesting.
Enter. More cards. Bruh. Other shit. Interesting.
Alright, cool. Those are the basics. What we just played was an adventure challenge designed specially for new players. Genius Invocation TCG can be played in duel mode, where each player brings 3 character cards, or in adventure challenge mode, with a fixed deck for each challenge. But the rules are all the same. As long as you understand the basics, then you should be able to take on any of those rowdy booze hounds.
Although I feel there are still many details to grasp, I think I understand the basic premise of the game now.
That was quite the detailed explanation. I didn't know the Cat's Tail's famous mixologist had such an eclectic skill set.
What? Oh, when did you get here?
I stepped in while you were in the middle of your explanation. I hope I didn't dampen the mood.
You snuck in without making a sound.
I mean, he's Batman, so.
Anyway, what are you doing here?
The Cat's Tail is a player in Mondstadt's alcohol industry. Naturally, you have some collaboration with my winery. I'm here today to discuss a few items of business with Margaret.
Too bad she just left. But if you have...
Never mind, it's nothing urgent. In fact, I think I'm now more interested in this card that you're using to teach them the game.
Wait! This card? It's Diluc's character card!
Although I have some degree of experience with Genius Invocation TCG, seeing this particular card is a first for me.
A customer left it behind a few days ago, but he wasn't even playing the game while he was here.
Oh? And what sort of a customer was he?
He wasn't wearing an eye patch, okay? He had a light complexion and a super serious look on his face. He wasn't much of a talker and looked like he was just drinking his worries away.
Eye patch?
Gah! I was trying to give the opposite description, but I just ended up giving it away. Sorry, guard captain.
Don't worry. Somehow, I don't think he'll be giving you any trouble over it.
So, what about the Diluc character card?
I don't mind. It's just a card with my image on it.
I didn't expect Diluc to be familiar with Genie's Invocation TCG.
The game has been catching on lately. It's hard to go anywhere without hearing it mentioned. Every now and then, I'll sit down and play a game with the customers in Angel's Share. I was hoping we could play a game, but this issue of someone leaving a character card with my image at the cat's tail is very intriguing. It's getting late, and someone has some explaining to do. We'll have to have that duel another time. Good. Then I'll take my leave.
You know where the door is. Don't let the door hit ya where Lord Barbados split ya. Uh-oh. Guard captain.
I hope Kaya will be alright. Well, now that we are familiar with the...
Ooh, 2 new players having their first ever duel. But, in order to play an official duel, you need to have, remember, a complete deck has to have 3 character cards and 30...
Then, let's use my cards. These were mixed in with all the others I had received. And I didn't know what they were for at first. But now that we've learned the rules, I can see that this one must be the Sucrose character card. Now, it looks like we each have the Kaya, Diluc, and Sucrose character. Alright, let's duel.
Alright, it's gonna be our last match, chat. Then I'm gonna go, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna leave. I just want to do one round against the, well, bot.
Unlike the adventure challenge you tried previously, duels are true tests of strength between 2 players. In a duel, your opponent can also use action cards, and they'll also at the same time. Your opponent must also spend elemental dice to take actions, so you'll be unable to view their intent. Are you ready? It's time for some exhilarating fights to the bitter end. Musa!
Let's go.
Right.
I can do it. Stand clear.
Pucko card. There's some fire.
Ready when you are. Cool it!
Shit.
Let's go.
There can be noise.
Darn. I didn't factor that into the equation.
Ooh. Some good rolls there. Swap these three out real quick. And I got shit. Nice. Alright, I gotta swap over Sucrose.
Dodge this!
I can do it.
Animo test 6308.
Need more dice. What the hell's this? What?
This will be interesting.
Let's go.
All right, one moment, chat. Gotta grab something. First I'll reroll some of this shit. Reroll, reroll, reroll. Goodbye. Hey, that's pretty good. It's a good roll.
Animo test 6308.
Where did I go?
Okay. One character card defeated.
Yes, I know that that's the case. Thank you, notification. Fuck.
Ready when you are. Oh, so sorry.
Do the same crap.
According to the rules, it costs dice and energy to unleash an elemental burst.
Animo hypostasis emulation.
Freeze!
Need to make adjust. Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Nope, need a reroll. Shit. Should have destroyed that. Oh well. Eh.
Dodge this!
Gross.
This doesn't look good.
I can do it.
Got it. All right.
test 6308.
Oh, this game, nice.
This doesn't look good.
All right. This is interesting, chat. Very, very interesting.
I can't believe I lost when we had the exact same character cards. Every decision is a difficult trade-off in this game. If there was only a way to transplant the arms of the two standby characters.
That's not how the rules work, Sucrose. Don't be a sore loser. That kind of thing is looked down on in TC.
Oh, I am sorry. I was beaten fair and square. I know that. I just can't stand losing. But it was a fun match.
Paimon didn't know you could get so...
I always get a little upset when I lose. It's like that with my research, too. It always gets to me when my experiments don't go as planned. Especially when there's an alchemy genius like Albedo around to compare myself to.
You lost me at alchemy and experiments. But I'm pretty sure it's normal to feel that way. Playing cards is no different. Each game you lose makes you want to win the next one to settle the score. And the desire to win pushes you to improve your strategy and build a better deck.
God, the rain in the east, in the Central Valley. Holy shit. Too bad for the people out there. They're getting worse than we did here.
Victory through a winning combination of luck, skill, and experience is where all the fun of Genius Invocation lies.
But what if you keep
Just heavy rain
trying
next hour over
and
there.
never win a single game?
A losing streak, yeah. That'll definitely get you down. But it's way better to keep trying until you win than to just accept you're a plain old loser and give up.
You make a good point, Diona.
Besides, Sucrose, you're already making great progress. It'd take at least 8 of our regular booze hounds to match your level. You played well this last match.
Thank you. I'm just a little disappointed to lose, that's all. But Genius Invocation TCG is a really fun game.
I wonder why they're not more like, why the fuck? I didn't get paid for this.
Having fun is the main thing. If you ever want to play again in the future, feel free to come by the Cat's Tail. But don't expect me to play with you. I just mean, this place probably has the right atmosphere.
I'll definitely be back.
All right. I think you should have all the basics down by now. I need to get back to bartending. Shiyan's likely been busy making his tavern more popular with his delicious cocktails. Pui, pui, pui. And we can't have that. Burning Mondstadt's wine industry to the ground keeps me pretty busy, you know. So if you need any more help, go bother Shiyan.
Nice. Alright, you know what, chat? I've been live for almost 4 hours. I think I'll call it here. I'm gonna go eat some dinner and do some other stuff. But thank you for watching. Thank you for coming out to the stream. If anyone followed or anything, thank you very much as well. You might be back tomorrow late for some stuff. Not sure. But I hope everyone has a good day.
This scenery is wonderful.
Thank you, and see you later. Bye.